our first two guided activities will just do something and print a result. Now in our third guided activity, you will learn how to use some inputs that we receive from the user. This is the most powerful quality of programs, that you can receive some input, process, and return something useful for the user. So we'll use a simple application. We want to receive the name of a student, and I want to send to that student welcome message in the class, but using, let's say, the first name as input. Now, to do so, let's start our program by creating a package. We'll use the same convention for the package like before, so it's module 1 activity 3 program 1 in this activity, and we'll create a class, let's say custom message, because I will customize based on the name of the student that I receive the message, or custom welcome, let's put it custom welcome, so it's a welcome message, and I will use the predefined structure that Java generates for me. And as always, if I want to comment here a little bit what's this about, I can always copy this structure. Here was program 2, I didn't saw that. Okay, so let's put it here. So it's the same module, guided activity 3. Here we'll now command line arguments for custom message, and this will be program 1, print a welcome message for a given student. So this is very brief what we want to do in this package, and as you see, I have my name here, but I don't have print custom welcome message for a student. We don't specify a lot here, but we can say in the main method description more details how we want to do that, because this will be the main method that perform this operation. So we will say here receive based on receive name, first name as a command line argument, print custom welcome message. And here I can provide a message. Let's say, hi John, welcome to Java. So it's again a simple message, but in which you want to use something that we receive. And here we have the arguments. I already told you that these are the command line arguments, which is an array of elements. Basically, you need to separate by space each argument, and how many you put, how these many will be read. In our case, we'll have just a first name, so we'll have just one argument, and we'll access, as you will see, here we can say contains the first name of a student. Okay, that's interesting. Doesn't know the word hi. Let's put hello, just not to have errors here. Okay, so hello John, welcome to Java. Now, that's what we want to do. And again, before we start doing this, we'll need to think what we need to to do. So here basically first we want to create the message and we want to print the message. So again, two main operations, and you may regard them, okay, once I decided this and it's clear that this will fulfill my and I like to create the custom message, because otherwise I can just put it in strings and that's the message, and then I print the message. Once I decide these steps, I can do them independently. I no longer need to care when I am at one how to do the other one. Now, if I want to create a custom message, first I need to put it in something, which is a variable. So let's create a variable, let's name it message, or you can give any other name. You can put M or custom message, you can put what name you want. And here we'll need to write our message, and our message will have some fixed parts and some template part. So the fixed part is, for instance, hello, welcome to Java. This will be for all the students. However, the name of the student, like John, will be only for based on what arguments we receive, based on the names that we receive here. So let's combine the two. So we'll start with a fixed part, which will be hello and space. Then we need to continue with the first argument that we receive. And here is a trick. We'll write the name of the parameter. Whatever parameter you use here, you write the name. If you put arguments, you need to write arguments because that's a parameter. And you need to specify that is the first one. And this will be a tricky thing that we learn in Java. The first element is 0, is not 1. And it's for some historical purposes, we'll discuss them later. But the first argument that we'll use will be 0. So we'll write arg0 and then we'll add the remaining of my message. But keep in mind, 0 was just the name of the person. So everything else I need to put here. So in other words, I will need to put the comma space welcome to Java as well. And this will construct this message for me. So now, based on the input that I will provide to this program, I will have a custom message in the variable message. How we'll print it? Like we did before. We'll just use a standard print line to print this message. And that is, we have our program. However, we still need to learn something new. And what we need to learn is how we provide to a program command line parameters. If you run the program from the console, you will just write after you call the program the parameters one after another. Here in our we'll need to define a configuration to run in which we'll specify these parameters. So if we call run configuration, and you see here I have the main class, I have the project name, and this is in the main part. Now the second tab here is arguments, and basically these are the program arguments. This is what I want to provide, and let's put John, because we used John before in our example. So let's put John here, and we can run. And sure, I need to save the program first. Oops, I didn't run the right program. Sorry for that. So let's see what I did wrong here. Run configurations. Yeah, so it's the program that I ran. It's the wrong one. It's not this one. I don't want to run this one. I want to run the custom welcome. And then I have the argument John. So let's run it this one, and now I run the correct program. I had this one open, let's close it, and I have hello John, welcome to Java. Now after I define the configuration, I can run it from the menu here, from everywhere, and you can always go back to run configurations, and you see you have okay, let me okay, this is wrong because this name I will put here custom welcome, and I can go in arguments and change the arguments. Let's say I put Michael. And now I have hello Michael, welcome to Java. So changing the command line arguments, the arguments that I provide to a Java program will change the message that is shown on the screen. And this is very convenient because now we can call this program in many ways and get a different output. So this concludes our presentation, and may not seem very easy to put these parameters yet, but when you have real programs, you will see that there are many other ways in which you can provide data. This is useful when you run Java programs from the command line. However, we prefer to run them from the IDE because IDE will offer us a lot of support in writing good programs.